And now for a chat. Conrad, I am a subscriber to your blog at Mockingbird, and I noticed that you have a very interesting story to talk about chat. And we're gonna dive deep into that story, but the other thing that I think about here is I think back to the ABA's legal tech report, where it showed that not a lot of people are actually using chat. I think like 80% of respondents say they don't have chat on their website. I used to be very skeptical of chat. I used to think, it cannibalized phone calls and who wants to chat, but and now and that's, by the way, our data shows that that's just not the case. I don't know if you have an opinion on that, on the cannibalization thing. But then on top of that, a lot of these chat interfaces now, they can also text. And so in terms of reducing friction for people who want to use that to contact law firms, I think chat can be a really, really effective thing. But Conrad, tell your tale.
Well, let me first. I want to hit the cannibalization question early because I think it's important. In general, implemented correctly and with a user in mind, adding chat will give people a different way to contact your firm, and that is 100% appropriate, right? And so what you end up with is you will lose, and again, this is dependent on how the implementation goes, but you will lose some phone calls to chat. And chat actually converts at a lower rate than phone calls do. But overall, and if you handle your inbounds really, really well, overall the number of leads will increase because some people just do not want to pick up the phone and talk to you right now, and they're comfortable with chat. So I want to talk about that. And that's why we really push chat on most of our clients. I have very, very few of our clients, Key, I don't know if you have the same experience, but very, very few of our clients, because we're a growth-oriented marketing agency and we work with growth-oriented firm, don't have chat.
Yeah, no, I think I don't know. I think a lot of our clients do have chat, but again, it goes to the implementation. I mean, all the primary calls to action are always phone numbers, and we've actually been using Leadferno. Shout out to Leadferno, which is provides a text interface. You could also link chat up to it, but it's more of like a call to action widget with texting. Because again, I think of chat and I'm like, well, the lines between these different ways to communicate are kind of blurring because it's like you got chat, you've got text, you've got messaging apps, and to your point, it's more
form
about
fills.
Form fills. To your point, though, I think it's more about the way that it's all implemented. And my view has always been this: give people options so that they can self-select to the way that they want to communicate with you. But if you've got a modal overlay that's like blacking everything out with a live chat prompt, well, guess what? That's not what people want. So,
right.
And if you're doing that on mobile, you might get a little ding from our old friends over at Big G.
And that was one of the many reasons I am cynical when it comes to chat vendors.
But you're about to give us one more reason to be very cynical.
I'm going to go even deeper. The chat implementation that covers the phone number on a mobile device. So the only way to interact with that law firm is to chat with them, and then you pay that vendor on a per chat basis. That is disgusting, and that is just one of the many ways that chat vendors are horrible. And here's another one. So I'll tell the story. This is a true story I had with a client of ours. What we've found is one of the problems with chat is you're dealing with conversion, right? And there's a lot of data that comes out of conversion, and there's a lot of value in those conversions. And what we have found with Ngage specifically, and I'll tell you how they rolled this out. I'm going to first tell you how it works, and I will then tell you how they rolled it out, both of which are amazingly problematic. Basically, what they do is they use chat to try and ascertain whether or not that prospect is within the market of the law firm. And within the market looks like geography and practice area. Now, I asked them how this actually works, and I couldn't get any further detail. In fact, I asked 4 different people how it works at Ngage. I couldn't get any detail on how it works. But if they determine that that prospect is not within market, what they do is they will take that and I believe send it through that prospect to multiple other law firms through one of the internet brand's lead selling services. So they're monetizing and they're delivering that prospect as a lead to multiple other law firms. Now, I get what they're trying to do here, because it is you're basically trying to generate more value out of something that otherwise that you seem to see have no value. If you're going to do that, you better be really, really good at ascertaining whether or not that prospect is within market. And they're not, right? So they erroneously will take a lead and send it to 3 different law firms. And to make it even worse, they will tell the prospect, they gather that prospect's email information during the chat session. They will impersonate the law firm and say that they are from the intake department at Smith & Jones law firm, and they will tell that prospect that, sorry, we can't help you, but we have sent your information to 3 firms that we believe can.
So
right?
why would a
And
law firm ever opt into this?
Ha! Oh, it's almost like you've seen my show notes. So this is like
I don't
all
get
of you
it.
are sitting
I
there
don't
listening
get
and
it.
cringing. I don't get it. So why would anyone ever do this? So this is called their Consumer Assistance Program. And in September of 2021, they sent out an email notifying their clients that they had been opted in to the Consumer Assistance Program. And I'll read this because I can't believe the hubris. To better serve our clients and your website visitors, I mean, the irony is just dripping, we will be deploying consumer assistance to all Ngage legal clients. Now, it does say, if you like additional information on this feature, or if this does not seem like a good fit for your firm, please let me know. But this was just sent out in an email, a mass email. And I guarantee you that the vast majority of their clients do not know anything about the Consumer Assistance Program.
Wow.
And so it's pretty brazen.
Dear
right? Pretty
law
brazen.
firm, we just turned you into a lead generation company. We just opened you up to a bunch of potential ethics issues. You're being impersonated. Yikes. I mean, yikes all across the board. And you, I'm in your good journalistic integrity, reached out to them for comment, no doubt.
I did.
How did they explain themselves?
It was really, I think I can read this out because I've got the email, which I posted. Unfortunately, Conrad Somm is completely misinformed. Ngage clients can find an accurate report of how consumer assistance works here, which is a link to the same thing that I linked to, or they can contact their Ngage account representative at any time, and we're happy to help.
So
so they didn't dispute anything that I said, and I sent them the blog. So I don't know. It's pretty gross.
So whether you use this particular chat or not, and really, a couple lessons here. One is you gotta read the terms. We can debate about the effectiveness of this opt out in thing, but you got to know what your vendors are doing, especially in this context. So I don't care what chat you use. You better call your chat provider up right now or send them an email and be like, can you confirm that you're not sending contacts from my website to other lawyers? Because again, to Conrad's point, and we talked about different dimensions of this, but Conrad, I don't know how detailed you can tell the story, but for your client, we're talking about hundreds of potentially either qualified contacts and or referrals that could be made that were generated on your client's website that were then distributed to many other law firms.
Well, I think you hit on. I have a lot of problems with this, a lot of problems. But I think you hit on one that we haven't talked about yet, which is the referrals, right? So again, I said, I get what they're trying to do. You have a lead. You should try and get value out of that lead, even if you can't help that person. Well, you and I have talked about that over and over again.
So here's a question for you. Here's another, this wasn't clear to me. Do I get paid per lead that I refer to somebody else? Like, are they giving me a discount or a break or something?
So you no longer have to pay for that chat.
So just you.
Yay.
But isn't that true anyway? Because you would just say it's not qualified, or do they not allow you to pay for unqualifieds?
I don't know about I don't know enough about the way Ngage handles the unqualified leads. I don't know.
I can't
answer that question.
I think you can dispute because it is pay per chat, I believe, but.
The paper chat model is also problematic.
I thought I saw something though. I don't know if it was on
So
the page.
in the blog post, and I didn't get anything from Ngage on this specifically, but the client did tell me that they were actually getting paid $10 for those leads. So not only were we not charged for that 22 or for the paper lead, but you also got an incentive to do it.
Yeah.
But I did not get any confirmation from. I couldn't find that anywhere in the emails.
So
right,
if you're a new lawyer or you're new to online lead generation and pay-per lead programs in general, do some homework, because as Conrad alluded to, there's a lot of issues with pay-per-chat, pay-per-lead. And in particular, in this particular case, the thing that really, there's a lot of things also that concerned me about this whole situation. But, in terms of like your law license and opening yourself up to malpractice claims, if you're in a state that's joint and several liability for referrals, and the lawyer that you don't even know you're making a referral, but technically from the consumer standpoint, not only does it look like a referral, it looks like it's coming from your firm.
You're telling the consumer that it is coming from your firm, right?
Danger.
They're doing that on your behalf.
Red alert. Adam, we need a red alert
it's
sound.
Do we have a woo woo? That sound brought to you by the
It's really good.
attorneys in New York. No, but the thing that drives me, and one of the many things that drives me crazy about this is those referrals. Like, okay, so this is not a good fit for your firm, right? And so let's assume that they're even accurately making that
They're
assertion.
not. There's
right?
no way.
They're not.
Yeah,
but,
they're not.
But they're not. So let's assume that they've met that threshold. Even then, what you want to do, and we've said this over and over again, is generate as much value from that. Send that out to your friends. Send that referral out. Build relationships.
Hire
with
another
other law
lawyer.
firms. Hire another lawyer. Realize that, hey, we're getting hit up to do DUIs all the time, so maybe we hire a DUI. Do something with this. These, and this is one of the things that drives me crazy around all the time with lawyers is oh, well, these are all garbage matters. These aren't what we're looking for. Great, but you have to figure out how to extract value from that, because you're doing the really hard, expensive part of growing your law firm, and you're getting this asset that someone can leverage, right? And so you need to get yourself into that mode of actually helping people. And by doing this, they are cutting the law firms, their own clients, out of the opportunity for doing that, and that is disgusting.
So in case you missed it, don't accidentally refer leads to your competitors on your firm's letterhead.
Blinding insight brought to you by Lunch Hour Legal Marketing.
Thank you for listening to Lunch Hour Legal Marketing. If you'd like more information about what you heard today, please visit LegalTalkNetwork.com. Subscribe via Apple Podcasts and RSS. Follow Legal Talk Network on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.